सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दम्। If I got the knowledge of Brahma, the person is free from samsara. On the contrary, if the knowledge is not there, he has to continue in the samsara. So which has been told based on the also Bhishasmad, Varapavate, etc. These great presiding deities like Vayu, Surya, Vanni, Indra, having done the karma, having taken to karmas and upasanas in earlier kalpa, now they have got these posts and they have got that much power. That means might and command. And yet they have to function as per the rules of Ishvara. Therefore, it is Brahmanaha Ajnanuvartinaha Santaha. Those who are under the laws of Brahma means Ishvara. So they have to function only because of the Bheda Darshana. Making oneself to be different from Brahma. Because Bheda Darshana, that means they are subjected to the samsara. Of course, in the case of Vayu, Surya, etc., when they this upadhi, they were ajnanis. Afterwards, they might have got the jnana. But only because they got the jnana, they have not they have not got the freedom from the upadhi until the prarabdha of that particular upadhi is over. Of course, they are mukta, that is fine. But the upadhi is still there until the prarabdha is going to end. But what is told here is the samsara based on the earlier kalpas, karma and upasanas. They are subjected to the laws of the Ishvara. So he says, Bhitya charantihi. He is prasiddhi means not only Taittiriya says so, also Kathopanishad tells to this effect. In Kathopanishad we find Bhayadasyagnistapati bhayapati suryaha bhayadindra cha vayusha mritir bhavati panchama. Kathopanishad 260. So asya bhayad agnitapati, because of the fear. Fear means here is the command, law of Ishvara. The Agnitapati, the fire does its function, heats up, does its function. Like that, the Indra, Vayu, Mrityu, they do their respective function because of the law of Ishvara. Because the Bheda Darshana was there in them, and therefore they have to function like this. So wherever the Bheda Darshana is there, the samsara is there, that is the Vetika. Bheda Darshana is there, Brahmananda is appreciated, freedom from samsara, Anvaya. Based on both, means Brahmananda destroys the samsara sorrow. Now, in the second stanza, it was told, Tarati Shokam Atma. Atmavit, one who has got the knowledge of Atma, so he crosses over this Shoka Rupa Samsara. He gets free from Shoka Rupa Samsara. But one may say, a doubt can be raised. It is not very clearly told there that Brahmananda is the cause of Shoka Nivrutti. Tarati Shokam Atmavit. The one who has got a knowledge of Atma certainly crosses over the sorrows, that's fine. But your claim was Brahmananda is the cause of destruction of all the anarthavratas. But that is not very clearly told in that Shruti. So therefore, that means a person may say, what you say may not be totally true. Because that Atmavit may be some other claim, not what you are claiming. Or that he says, now listen, other please wherein exact means precisely it is said that one who has got the Brahma Jnana is free from the fear of samsara. Andam Brahmano Vidvan Nabhibheti Kutaktashtana Etameva Tapenaisha Chinda Karmagni Sambhuta Brahmanaha Anandam Vidvan Kutaschana Nabhibheti. Brahmanaha Anandam Vidvan Kutaschana Nabhibheti. Esha Karmagni Sambhuta Chinta Etam Natape Eva. Esha Karmagni Sambhuta Chinta Etam Natape Eva. This is based on Taittiriya. Yato vacho nivartante apapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan na bibheti. What Rachana? Which is correct? Kutasha, Kadarma is wrong. Interpolation. What is it? Or is there something kadachana also there and kutashana also is? Both are right. Here it should be, the quotation is from kutashana, not kadachana. Vibheti kadachana is in the context of Manomaya Kosha. This was given at the end after the gain the Brahma Jnana, the kutashana. Okay, we'll see. What is it? Anandam Brahmano Vidwan Nabhibheti Kutashana. Brahma Anandam Vidwan, the one who has got the knowledge, Aparoksha Dhyana of the Brahma which is Ananda Swarupa, Kutashana Nabhibheti. He is not afraid of anything in the sense there is no cause for him to be afraid of anything. He has no fear of samsara. Samsara bhaya is not there. Why samsara bhaya is not there? The cause of fear, cause of samsara is not there. What is the cause of samsara? Ignorance, ajnana is destroyed and therefore he is free from samsara. Earlier in the context of Manomaya Kosha, the same mantra appears with Kadachana. So, never he is afraid of anything because of the Brahmalok etc. means that is, the cause is still there, but still he is free from the fear. So, ajnana is still there. So, because of upana, he gets a step. And he says, Brahmanaha Anandam Vidwan. The one who is Vidwan means Aparokshaya Jnanan. The one who has got Aparoksha Jnana. Of what? Brahmanaha Anandam. The Brahmana is Swarupa Bhuta Anandam. The Ananda with the Swarupa, one's own real nature. Brahma which is me, whose nature is Ananda. So, Vidwan, having known that Apokshataya as verily me, this is verily my nature, having got that knowledge, so that Purushaha, person, Kutaschana, Nabhibheti. So, Nabhibheti, Bhayam na prapnoti, on account of anything. On account of anything, because there is no cause of fear from his vision. There is nothing other than Brahma and Brahma alone. There is not that Jagat is separate, I am separate, and I have to interact with the Jagat. There is no such thing. Everything is Brahma and Brahma alone, and therefore it says, Nabhibhi Krishna, the ignorance itself is destroyed. So, that is explained now. How do you say that only because he has got the knowledge of Brahma, he has no fear at all? What is the reason behind this? Look, let's find out the reason of fear. What causes fear? Tiger makeup. What is that? What causes fear? Dvaitadhi bhayam bhavat. Because of something other than me. No one is afraid of oneself. Always fear is because of something other than me. Now, Brahma Anandam Vidwan, from his standpoint, means from his vision, what is that other than him? Advaya Brahma, when one and the same non-dual Brahma is there, there is nothing other than him. There is no occasion of our fear because there is nothing called as Dvaita. And about the world that he is in, only because he has got the knowledge doesn't mean that his embodiment are really seeing. Of course, that Mithyatva Darshana is there. So earlier, hitherto, what is the Satyatva that was ascribed to the Jagat, including one's own embodiment, no further in him because of the appreciation of Brahma and the Mithyatva, the apparent nature of the entire Jagat. So therefore, from it is, there is no Dvaita from his standpoint. Okay, from the standpoint of Dvaita, there may not be fear, but at least from the standpoint of doing this and that, or that means I have to do these things. I have not done this thing. There may be he may have fear. Or maybe now there is nothing to be accomplished because he is Brahmajnani. In the past he had done many things. In the past he had done many things which are not to be done. And the things which are to be done he has not done. The right omissions and wrong commissions. Maybe there. And what will happen? The remorse will there. I should have done these things. I have not done. And I should not have done this and I have already done it. That will be there. Esha karmagni sambhrita chinta etam matapedeva. This chinta, this anutapa, remorse. What is that remorse? On account of what? Karmagni sambhrita chinta. The remorse, that anutapa. Sambhrita is that is sampadita or paripushta, nourished. This chinta, this concern, this anxiety, that is the remorse, is nourished by karmagni. What is karmagni? Karma eva agnihi karmagnihi tena karmagnina sambhrita, sampadita, paripushta chinta. The karma itself is what? Like fire. Okay? How action itself can be fire? Like fire. Fire means fire which can cause distress. It can cause the affliction. Of course, fire may be benevolent. That is not the aspect that is taken here. So suppose if a fire outbursts there, it can cause disaster. So like that, like the fire, this karma itself is, the karma itself is called like the fire. Why? Because fire, how the fire afflicts you, so the karma also afflicts. How does it afflict? Because the punya karmas which have to be done, if they are not done, what will happen? I will have affliction. I should have done this, but I have not done. Papa karmas which are not to be done, which are to be avoided, if they are done, what will they do? Again they are going to bring the chinta, affliction, remorse they are going to bring. But from the standpoint of this jnani, neither of these can be there, because from his vision, whether papa karma or punya karma have no existence apart from Brahma. That is what is Taitiri we find. Etagum havavana tapati imahagum sadhuna karavam imaham papamakaravamiti. Etagum havavana tapati. Etam havavana tapati. This nanutapati. This chinta is not there. Kimaham papamakaram. Why did I do this papa? The sinful action, why did I commit? Kimaham papavati. Kimaham sadhuna akaram. Therefore, sadhuna, that is so good action, why did I not take to? So this type of remorse is not there for him. Why we'll see in the this afterward, because in the next stanza we'll see, from his standpoint, both are nothing but Brahma and Brahma alone. So therefore, see the two ways the affliction can come. Punyam nakaravam tasmat. Punyam aham tasmat na akaravam. Why did I not take to the action which can bring to me? Again, tika. Papam tu kritavan kutaha. Why did I commit the papa? Already done. So what can you do? Suppose if you are yet to act, you can use your discretion. Oh, this is not something to be done. I should avoid. But he has already committed them. What can you do? He has to face it. So therefore, there is no such a thing for the jnani of facing whether papa or punya, because he is above both papa and punya. So therefore, punyam nakaravam kasmat papam tu kritavan kutaha iti evam rupa chinta. This type of anutapa, this affliction, anxiety, concern, etam, who is this etam? Tattva vidam. This tattva, the one who has got the knowledge of tattva, the Brahma jnana, who has got etam tattva vidam. So, na tape, na santapaye, doesn't torment. It doesn't afflict him, it doesn't torture him. So, such a, that means remorse is not there in him. This karmagni samdhrita chinta is not there, which is there for others. Those who are ignorant, see, look, why do you take to karmas? Yesterday I said, to fulfill the desire. That means either here or hereafter. Or it may be from the standpoint of antakarana shuddhi karma yoga attitude. If that is the case, it is not, you need not bother much. If karmas are taken to for the antakarana shuddhi with Ishwararpana buddhi karma yoga attitude, even some lapses are there, they are not much accounted. But when you perform a karma for the sake of particular phala, then you have to perform as it is to be done. And all lapses also will be counted like adverse effect. But if it is for Ishvara, the Ishvara will ratify the thing. After all, he is not bothered about the karma phala. All he wants to gain is the Atma Jnana. Antakarana Shuddhi he wants. That will not be strictly considered. But otherwise, any lapses will have to be accounted for. So here, Jnani's case, there is no question of performance of any action, because he has nothing to get either in terms of the fulfillment of desire or gaining of the Antakarana Shuddhi. If at all he does, it may be for Loka Sangra, etc. That is a different, that means there's a context altogether. Therefore, but Ajnani who does for fulfillment of desire has to account for karma, and that chinta is going to be there if the right things are not done and wrong things are done. Actually, dharma and adharma. You have to follow dharma, means right karma. Adharma you have to avoid. It's a very, very difficult thing to adhere to. Even a person like Dharmaraja has committed error. That is not a license not to. Oh, dharma is and dharma and adharma is very difficult to adhere. Therefore, what? Let me not bother about them. No, that is not a license to speak to adharma. No, but this is a very difficult thing, and yet we have to strictly adhere to. We have to follow dharma, and we have to avoid adharma. Therefore, best thing is what? Grow out of both dharma and adharma. Means you rise above dharma and adharma. When can you do that? Why dharma, adharma? These are who has told you follow the dharma and avoid adharma? Indian legislature. Who has told you? Dharma Shastra. Who gave you Dharma Shastra? Vedas. Vedas have come from whom? Ishvara. So Ishvara has given these mandates as it were for our own benefit. Now we have to conduct ourselves strictly in accordance with the Dharma Shastra, follow the Dharma, avoid the. But there is a person who is an exception. Dharma Shastra has, that means is meant for accomplishing the highest purpose of life. The highest Purushartha, that is the moksha. Dharmartha, Kama, moksha. So long as these Purusharthas are there, there are duties. Kartavya is there. So long as Kartavya and duties are there, you have to follow the norm. When Vyavahara is there, Vyavahara has to be guided by Shastra. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Vyavastha. When Vyavahara is there, what the thing to be done, not to be done is there, be guided by the Shastra. Therefore, follow the Dharma, avoid the. But in the realm of ignorance, when these Purusharthas are there, when the highest Purushartha, moksha, is gained, ignorance is already destroyed. There is nothing to be accomplished. And when there is nothing to be accomplished, there is nothing to be done. When there is nothing to be done, there is no occasion for Dharma Shastra, Papa and Punya. That is the Adharma and Adharma. This person has grown out of Dharma and Adharma. Not that he will take to Dharma. The very fact that he has got the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, what does it indicate? If he was a adharmic person, is it ever possible for such a person to gain Atma Jnana? Generally people say that see, a jnani is above dharma, means what is a license for him. Earlier, when there was an occasion to take to adharma, why people take to adharmic deeds? Convenience in terms of quick gains. They have got some desires to be fulfilled. Shortcut method. Whether straight, that means if you go the dharmic, this is difficult at times, you may not accomplish also. Like earning the money quickly. Dalal Street, psychology. I hope you know. From Coimbatore, Dalal Street is very far, but still you know what it is. Share market. So therefore, quick. The scandal that happened recently. So therefore, quick gains. Like that. That means he has got certain desire to fulfill. Dharmic means he doesn't want to because it takes delay and there is no guarantee as such. Adharmic means he can. That is when he is ignorant. Even at that time he had not taken to any adharmic means. Now, what is he? He is a jnani. He has nothing to gain from this world. He is purnaha. Kritakritya, Nirankusha Tripti he has got. At that time, how is it ever possible for him to take to some adharmic deeds? It's just next to impossible. Therefore, Shastra says he is above dharma, adharma, doesn't mean that he will take to adharma. Just he has grown out of the dharma and adharma. And so long as this is not accomplished, The Paramapurushartha moksha is not gained. One has to get guided by the Dharma Shastra. There is no other go. And following Dharma Shastra is certainly difficult. We have to follow it, but it is difficult. Therefore, best thing is that you discover yourself to be full and complete. Afterwards, you need not. That means you are not. You need not bother. You are above Dharma Shastra. So, therefore, the karma agni sambrita chinta. Wherever there is karma is there, it is like the fire. It gives affliction. This etam means tattva vidam. Isha chinta na tapi. Doesn't torment him. Doesn't afflict him. Now the question is, what is the principle behind this? Only because he has got the Tattvajnana, Brahmajnana, the Karmagni Samrita Chinta is not afflicting him. What is the reason behind this? The reason is given. So, tika, Punya Papayoho Atapakatve Hetu Pradarshana Param Saya evam vidvanete atmanagsprunote Ubhehe Vaisha eti atmanagsprunote Taittiriya. So, that Hetu Pradarshana Param, that is, that quotation from the Taittiriya which gives the reason why this Jnani is not afflicted by such chinta, such remorse is not there. What is the reason behind that? So, that means the meaning of that particular Shruti is given here. Actually, it is Taittiriya Shruti that is going still to come. Brahmandavalli at the end it is going to come. Saha yaha evam vidwan. The one vidwan who has got this jnana, Brahma jnani. Ete atmanam sprunati. Ete ubhe. Punya pape. So that means both papa and punya. Atmanam sprunati. Atmanam sprunati means that is atmanam sprunati actually means prinayati or balayati. As though he strengthens them as what? As Atma in the sense from his vision they are not different from Atma. From his standpoint they are not different from Atma. Again from his standpoint it doesn't mean that it is his brainwave. It is the truth. Due to ignorance he isolated himself from the total and suffered the jiva as a samsari jiva. But now he says it is not that because he sees himself to be not different from Brahma, and when he is not different from Brahma, there is nothing other than Brahma, there is nothing called as Papa and Punya. That is what is said as Atmanam Smriti, Smriti Srinayati, Valayati, means Paramatma Bhavena Ubhe. This is both Papa and Punya as nothing but Paramatma, Brahma and Brahma alone, and therefore there is no occasion for them to cause any affliction to him. एवं विद्वान कर्मणि द्वे हित्वात्मानं स्मरेत् सदा कृते च कर्मणि स्वात्मरूपेणैवैष पश्यति एवं विद्वान द्वे कर्मणि हित्वा सदा आत्मानं स्मरेत् सदा आत्मानं स्मरेत् च एषः कृते कर्मणि स्वात्मरूपेण एव पश्यति एषः कृते कर्मणि स्वात्मरूपेण एव पश्यति एवं विद्वान् the one who knows like this. What is that who knows like this? The one who knows that both, that means the papa and punya are the causes of affliction, or that is chinta. Sadhu asadhu karmani, sadva sadhu karmani, santapa karanatvena yaha janati saha vidvan. The vidvan, yaha janati. One who knows like this. What does he know? Sadva sadhu sadhu karmani. Both. Both. What are karma? Sadhu karma and asadhu karma. Sadhu karma is punya karma. Asadhu karma is papa karma. Sadhu asadhu karma. Both good and bad actions. That means enjoined and prohibited actions. Both are what? Santapa karanatvena. Being the causes of affliction. Santapa. Chinta. Being the causes of chinta. Santapa karanatvena. yaha janati. One who knows like this, that both these are the causes of sorrow, evam vidwan, what does he do? Dve karmani hitva. Having hitva is, that is, this, yes, these dve means ete punya papa rupi. Ete punya papa rupi, these both, which are both punya, of the nature of punya and papa karma. Dve karmani, accusative dual, so karmani hitva. Hitva means sanyasya or apahaya, having abandoned, what he does? Sada atmanam smari. Sada atmanam smari, always he contemplates on Atman. He takes the contemplation of Atman. Evam vidwan, not just the person who knows that papa punya they afflict him, but plus they have already got the Atma Jnana. Merely knowing that papa punya are the causes of that means bring the chinta or anxiety concern itself will not relieve him from the performance of these. But he has already got the Atma Jnana. Vidwan Atma Jnani, such a person who knows the exact nature of all the karmas, such Atma Jnani. So having given up both the types of karma, punya papa, both types of karma, sada always Atmanam smari, because it is potential, he should contemplate on Atma, means he does that. Means he always contemplates on Atma. The question is, hitva apahaya sanyasya. What you mean? What exactly you mean by giving up of karmas? Is it totally giving up karmas without performing them? That is what is called as karma charanasya atyanta bhava. Means total cessation of the performance of the action. Do you mean that? That means hitva, or it can be mithyatva buddhi or mithyatva jnana siddhi. That means reducing the karma to their own side in terms of their mithyatva nature. They as the apparent. Which of these you are meaning? Giving up, that means totally giving up karma. That is jnani totally gives up karma. Is it possible? Nahi deha bhrita shakyam. Tyaktum karmani asheshata. Nahi deha bhrita shakyam tyaktum karmani asheshata. So long as the deha body is there, it is next to impossible to give up all the actions physically. One can't give up all the actions physically. Do you breathe or not? Breathe is jnani. So does the jnani breathe or not? No. Somebody says like this. So he breathes. Does he wink? Don't bother about it. Does he eat or not? He eats. So what are, we may call bhiksha, but he eats, is it not? You may change the word. For others, you may say he is eating the food, but he says he is taking bhiksha, you may say, but all that is that he eats. So what are it? So he winks, he breathes, he walks, talks, etc. So if that is the case, he does karma. Chalanatmakam karma. Any chalana, any motion means karma is there. Therefore, physically, even for a jnani, it is next to impossible. Even for Shuka, let us say, such a person who was so much absorbed in the jnana. Even for him, physical cessation of action karma is next to impossible. So therefore, when he says, ve karmani hitva, that is, the karma charanasya atyanta bhavaha, the total cessation of the performance of action is not possible. Therefore, certainly what it means is the mithyatva jnana siddhi. Appreciating them as in terms of the mithyatva nature, that is what is so. Again, the mithyatva nature, not as, yes, सब कुछ मिथ्या है, पाप भी मिथ्या है और पुण्य भी मिथ्या है. That just mere verbal statement is not going to help. Because any mithyatva is based on the appreciation of satya. Whatever is satya, that got the meaning. Otherwise, it's only a borrowed word. It doesn't mean anything. So, the Mityat Drishta Apahaya Hitva, having given up, Sada Atmanam Smari. Always he should contemplate on Atma means see such a person contemplates on Atma having given up the karma. So even if little, bare minimum actions that are required for the sustenance of the body, even if he does, therefore the Mithya Buddhi is there, therefore so that means he has given up all the actions. Eshaha, how is that he gives up that Mithya Buddhi, how is it possible for him? Again one may say, that's fine. He gives up these actions maybe with respect to Agami karma. He has given up the actions as with respect to the Agami karma. But what about the Prarabdha karma and Sanchita karma? Because in future he may not do action. एषः कृते कर्मणि स्वात्मरूपेण एव पश्यति. एषः विद्वान्, this ज्ञानी, कृते कर्मणि, both accusative dual, not locative. Okay, कृते is not locative. कृते कर्मणि, these karmas, what are those karmas? Punya papa rupe karmani. When performed, पूर्वस्मिन् जन्मनि अस्मिन् जन्मनि वा कृते. Punya papa which are performed either in the earlier lives or in this present life, which accounts both prarabdha and sanchita karma. So all these karmas, how does he view? Karmani svatma rupena eva pashyati. It is as was verily one's own nature. How come he can see the papa punya as verily one's own nature? Idam sarvam yadayam. Everything whatever that is, there is Atma and Atma alone. There is nothing other than the Atma. So therefore, there is nothing separately called as Papa and Punya which can torment him. He is from his vision. Everything is nothing but Atma, Brahma only. And therefore, there is no occasion for even the past karma, Sanchita and Prarabdha to torment him. He is free from this. That is how it was told earlier. That Karmani Samruta Chinta is not going to afflict him. For other, it certainly affects because the ahankara is there, identification, the embodiment is there. Therefore, papa and punya karma he has to account for. Now here one may say, karmas are such that having performed, one cannot escape from the karma. Na bhuktam kshiyate karma kalpa koti shatairapi. The abhuktam karma. The karmas which have the karmas is karma phalas. Karma word is using the sense of karma phalas. The karma phalas which have not been accounted or which have not been exhausted in terms of experience will have to be accounted even kalpa koti shataihi api. Even though it means crores of kalpas may pass by, but the karma phalas will not be, that is, they will not get destroyed, and one will have to account for them. And you are telling him that he is free from this concern because he did not account this karma phalas. How is it? It is true, karma phalas cannot be escaped. When this statement is with respect to an ajnani, not from the standpoint of jnani. Why so? Because who is responsible for karma phalas? The one who does the karma. Who does karma? Who does the karma? You tell me how actions are done. Any action, how do you do? Maybe kama, desire forms it, but how do you execute it? Simple action I am asking you. You came and sat here for food. Okay? What all you did? Morning after you woke up. What is today's program? Meditation. Then, oh, there is, what is that? Vedanta classes. Okay. So let me go on. So, Manasa Sankalpa Buddhya Nischitya Karanaihi Karma Karma. In any action is like that. Now, which of these exactly? Mana, mind, can it do any action of its own? Why not? It is in that. Okay? It is in that. So mind cannot do action. Buddhi, Karanas, so all these are inert, they can't do of their own. Okay, then Atma must be doing. The Chaitanya Sarupa Atma must be doing the action. Can it do? No. It is free from electricity is not revolving. What is revolving is the blades of the fan. Of course, in the presence of electricity. Therefore, Chaitanya Sarupa Atma doesn't do any action in whose presence, no doubt, these upadhis perform the action. Now, whom are you going to attach the karma? We have to find out who has performed the karma. Now, two categories we have got. Mana, Buddhi, Karana, Upadhi. Other side, Chaitanya. Who has performed that action? Chaitanya can't do. Mana Buddhi and the Karanas, can they do? Can they? No, they are also Jada. They are also Jada. So neither the Upadhi can do the action, nor the Chaitanya Swarupa Atma can do the action. And yet, actions have been accomplished. Whom are you going to attach the result to? You can't attach to the Atma, nor can you attach to inner Upadhi. But there is someone in between who arrogates that I do the act. Atmanaha Satchidanshatya Buddhir Vritti Dvayam Sanyojya Chayvekena Janamiti Pravartate Karomiti Pravartate. Atma Satchidanda Sarupa Atma can't do action. Buddhehe Vritti. That means that he says, I know, that is a Buddhi Vritti. Itself is inert. Itself also can't do anything yourself. Yes. Avivekena Sanyojya, by mutual Tadatmya, the mutual Adhyasa, superimposition of the Satchit aspect on the Vritti and the Vritti aspect on the Satchit Sarupa Atma, there in between a guy crops up, Janami, I know, I do, called as Ahankar. Therefore, the karma phalas have to be attached to whom? Ahankar. When in the wake of inquiry, when I discover my Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa, which is free from action, akarta, where is Ahankara? Ahankara, the notion that I am the embodiment, which is really not me. So, if that embodiment is taken as I am really misplacing the I in the Anatma, the embodiment, which is not me. Therefore, the karma phalas are to be accounted by Ahankara. In the wake of knowledge, Ahankara is destroyed, and therefore the one to whom they are to be attached is no more there. Karma phalas cannot be attached either to Upadhi, Jada Upadhi, nor to Chaitanya Sarupa Atma. Therefore, what happens now? This person, that means the karma phalas of the Jnani are not to be accounted in the wake of knowledge itself. They totally get destroyed. Jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat. The fire of knowledge totally burns the karma phalas, because Ahankara, who has to account for these karma phalas, is no more that he is destroyed. Okay. In the Shruti, Mundaka Shruti says, no doubt it is true, the karma done has to be accounted to, even after Kalpakoti. That is fine, that is the general rule. But the exception is the Jnani, because no more Ahankara, therefore he is not answerable for whatever that was done by the ahankara. Just are you answerable for the deeds that you committed in the dream? Anybody? No. Right? Because in the waking, the dreamer is falsified. So when the dreamer is falsified, the waker is not answerable for the deeds of the dreamer. So also, in the wake of knowledge, the ahankara is falsified. The Chaitanya Sarupa Atma, where is I in the case of Jnani? In the Chaitanya Sarupa Atma, he is not answerable for all the karma. Prarabdha, of course, it continues until the momentum is exhausted. विद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिश्छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. I hope you remember from where is it. This is not Panchadashi, this is Mundaka. Okay. Mantra is from Mundaka. Mundaka 228. तस्मिन् परावरे दृष्टि अस्य हृदयग्रन्थिः भिद्यते सर्वसंशयाः छिद्यन्ते कर्माणि च क्षीयन्ते. तस्मिन् परावरे दृष्टि. When he has got the knowledge of that Brahma who is Paravara. Paravara can be taken in this way. परमपि हिरण्यगर्भादिकं पदम अवरम निकृष्टम यस्मात् तस्मात् तस्मात् परावरम. ठीक है. परमपि हिरण्यगर्भादिकं पदम. Even the most exalted state of Hiranyagarbha. Pratamajaha, the one who is the most exalted in the creation. In the creation, Hiranyagarbha is the most exalted one. Even the state or status of Hiranyagarbha is Yasmad Avaram, which is Nikrishta. Avara is Nikrishta. Is inferior to whom? Even the most exalted state of Hiranyagarbha is inferior to whom? That is Hiranyagarbhadikam padam avaram nikrishtam yasmat. Tasmat he is called Paravara. Or the one who is both Para and Avara. We can take as Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma. One is Para Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, which is appears as the Saguna aspect of the Ishvara. That way also can be taken. And that Paravare means that Brahmani. Tasmin Brahmani Jnate Tasmin Drishte. Drishte means Sakshat Krute. Aparokshapaya Jnate. And the knowledge of that is gained. Aproksha as verily me. This is what this Brahma is. Paravara Brahma is verily me. When that knowledge Aproksha Jnana is gained. Tasmin Drishte. Asya हृदय ग्रंथि भिद्यते. अस्य अस्य मीन्स अस्य साक्षात्कारवतः और अस्य ज्ञानिनः of this jnani or the one who has got the aparoksha jnana of this Brahma. What happens? हृदय ग्रंथि भिद्यते. हृदय ग्रंथि. What is that हृदय ग्रंथि? Knots of the heart. What are the knots of the heart? Avidya, kama, karma, or other words we get avidya, ignorance, desire, and karma, or other words we can put as the anyonyat adhyasa, adhyasa between atma and anatma. We can take as viddhehe chidatmanascha granthivat dhrida samslesha rupatva. Between buddhi and chidatma. Chidatma is free from buddhi, antakarna. And antakarna is independent. Antakarna is dependent on the chidatma. Antakarna is inert, dependent on the Chidatma. Chidatma is independent of the Antakarna, Buddhi. But what happens is, Antakarna is superimposed on the Chidatma and Antakarna is taken as the characteristics of Chidatma. And the Antakarna which is inert is taken as sentient because of the sentiency aspect of Chaitanya. Atma is superimposed on Antakarna. So that's where mutual superimposition, Adhyasa is there. And that being the case, all the attributes of Antakarna are superimposed on Atma. What are those attributes of Antakarna? Aham Sukhi, Aham Dukhi. Where does it belong? I am happy. I am sorrowful. I am a miserable state. Whom does it belong? buddhi, antakarna. No, or atma. It is only two categories. I am sukhi dukhi should either belong to antakarna or Chaitanya Swarupa Atma. Whom does it belong? Antakarna. How do you say? I will say it belongs to Atma. How do you say? Come on, you prove it. See, you have to find out the context wherein antakarna is not there. And then find out whether am sukhi dukhi these things are there or not. Is there an occasion where you are free from antakarna, at least temporarily? Not totally okay. Morning gadbad will happen. So at least during the sleep, antakarna is in a dormant condition. It is there, but it is not operating. At that time, have you got any notion that you are happy or sorrowful? On the contrary, what is there? In these situations, what is your experience? Happiness or sorrow? Happiness. But you may not know as a present fact of experience. That is, after that he is going to analyze now to show what Brahmanda is. He is going to analyze Sushupti Ananda. The happiness that is there in the state of deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, wherein you are, that means the Sukhi Dukhi, that is I am Sukhi, I am Dukhi, this is not there, means Antakarna is not operating, and therefore these are absent, and legitimately they should belong to whom? Antakarna and not the Chaitanya Swarupa Atma. So now, this, so long as the Antakarna's Gunadharmas are superimposed on Atma, Samsara is there, and mere Atma is free from all the Antakarna Gunadharmas, but he is free from Samsara. So, when this Tadatma is not there, mutual superimposition is not there, in the case of Jnani, Hridaya Granthi Bhidyati. In this case, the Hridaya Granthi, this, the mutual superimposition, or you can take as Avidya, Kama, Karma. These three are destroyed. Siddhya, Bhidyati are destroyed. Sarva Samshayaha Chidyanti. All his doubts are, that means, resolved. What are the Samshayaha? They can be anything. To begin with, whether Atma is there or not. If Atma is there, is he different from body or not? If he is different from body, has he got that Atma, the Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, etc. Gunadharmas, he has the Atma has got or not? So, if he is free from Kartrutva, etc. Gunadharmas, is he same as Brahma or different from Brahma? So, all these Samshayaha, Vatikakara has given nicely. Atma Dehadi Vatiriktaha Nava. Is this Atma different from body? Upadhi. Yes or no? That's one. Suppose he is different from body. Okay. Then we say, Vatiriktaha api. If he is different from the embodiment Upadhi, Kartrutvaya Dharma Yogi Nava. Is it? And that means connected to the Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, these Gunadharmas. Is it so? Suppose he is free from the Kartrutva Gunadharma. Akurtvat Akartrutvepi Tasya Brahmanaha Bhedaha Asti Nava. Maybe he is Akarta. In that case, is he same as Brahma or different from Brahma? Okay. Abhedepi. Again, one more doubt. Suppose he is different, he is non-different from Brahma, but that knowledge that he is non-different from Brahma, how can it be gained? Can it be gained by karma action, or can it be gained by synthesizing both karma and upasana? All these doubts that are there. So, abhedepi tadnyanam karmadi sahitam mukti sadhanam kevalam va. That knowledge that I am same as Brahma can be gained by karmas or upasanas or karma and upasanas both put together. So all these doubts they totally get resolved when, because he knows what I am. There is no room for any further doubt for him. So all these samshayaha siddhyanti. Further, asya karmani, karmani kshiyanti. All the karma. The karmas that are sanchita and agami, prarabdha also, but for the practical purpose it will be there for some time until the prarabdha is exhausted. All karmas get destroyed. Therefore, There should not be any fear as to the karmas can get destroyed or no. Karmas have to be accounted even after Kalpa Kodishata. How is it possible for a jnani to escape from Sanchita and Prarabdha or Agami? Such a fear did not be there because in the wake of knowledge, all these are destroyed. Now here a Purapaksa comes. He says, why are you so much allergic towards karma? Because karmagni sambrita chinta karmagni sambrita chinta etam na tapati. It doesn't affect. Means you, according to you, karma is something that is to be dreaded with. You are against hostile to this karma. Vedas themselves say they speak of the benevolent nature of karma. The Vedas, don't make a note. Vedas themselves tell that karmas give you liberation. And you are telling that is karma gives you affliction. How is it possible? Therefore, the Puravaksha, according to him, quotes certain Shrutis, which is not correct, but he takes it to be so that karmas give the moksha. He has got this in mind. Those who have got. Ishavasya says, Purvanneveha karmani jijivishe chatagam samaha. Yava jiva. So long as you live, perform the act 100%. Purvanneveha karmani. Performing actions alone. So, jijivishe chatam samaha. Let one live for 100 years, means the full lifetime of the human being. Let him spend in performance of the actions. Ishavasya. Actually, Ishavasya says, when does it say? Ishavasya vidam sarvam. If you are not able to appreciate everything with Ishvara, then you have no other option than to take to karma. Why you have to take to karma? Performance of karma means you have to adhere to Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra means a life of discipline. Many things you like to perform according to your ragas. Shastra comes and tells us, don't do them. Many things you don't want to do. Shastra, what does it mean? Do it. Means your life becomes deliberate and not prompted by the raga and so, therefore, if you are not able to appreciate the Ishavasya of entire Jagat, everything nothing but Ishvara only, then take to karma effect. But this Puravaksha says that no. The Shruti has told me to take to karma whole lifelong. That's what it says. So therefore, it must be useful for moksha. That is what is concerned to me. Evam kai nanyate toti na karma lipyate nare. Means there is no option for you other than this. So, and if you take to this, you will not be bound by the karma. That is what it is. Again, Ishavasya. Vidyam cha yastadvedo bhayam saha avidya mrutyam tirtva vidya mrutamashruti. Actually, the context is different there. The synthesis of karma and upasana is told for better result and not for moksha. Amritatva word that is used in the Ishavasya is Vidyam cha yaha tad veda ubhayam saha. The one ubhayam saha veda, one who takes the performance of these both together, of what? Vidya and karma. Vidya word used there means upasana, not atma. So that's very careful. Because after listening to Vedanta, what is Vidya? Atma Vidya. What is Jnana? Atma Jnana. But Vidya word also means upasana. Jnana word also in the Vedic parlance, it also means upasana. Just like Upanishad. Upanishad also means upasana. It can also mean upasana. So therefore here, that Vidya word means upasana, but he takes it to be Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. So Vidya, Vidyam cha, Avidyam cha. Avidya word stands for karma, not ignorance there. That is the English two words used in the Ishavasya. So all confusion of Ishavasya is mantras because of few words are not resolved. Avidya stands for karma. The karma which is the product of avidya. So Vidyam cha yastat vedo bhayam saha. The one who takes the performance, anusthana of the both karma and upasana simultaneously together, what does he get? Avidyaya mrutyam tirtva. By avidya means by karma, Mrutyum tirtva, literally having crossed the mrityu. What is mrityu there? The mrityu here is swabhavikam karma jnanam cha. The karma and the knowledge which is swabhavikam is natural to the person. So natural to the person means which can be even against the shastra. So just that means left to oneself, whatever that comes, not guided by the shastra. So therefore swabhavikam means actually it means ashastra vihitam, no shastra vihitam. Animal tendencies, etc. That's what mrityu, because it is the cause of fall of the individual. Therefore, see that avidyaya mrityum tirtva. So, by the avidya, by the this karma, the ashastra tendencies, natural tendencies which are against the shastra, tirtva, having crossed over means having reason about them. Vidyaya amrutam ashnuti. Vidya here is by upasana, amrutam ashnuti. Amrutatva here is not moksha, it is devatma bhava. Identity with the upasya daivata, which is told as amrutatva and not moksha. Whereas the pura paksha what says is that amrutatva is moksha and vidya is atma vidya and avidya is karma. So therefore by synthesis, samuchaya of karma and upasana, you can gain moksha. That is what he wants to confirm. It is not correct. The answer will be given in the stanza by the author. That is one thing. Again, Shruti also he can quote. He quotes, Karmana eva hi samsiddhim asitaha janakadayaha. Janaka etc. got the samsiddhi by karma. What is the samsiddhi? You can take it, actually it is antakarana shruti. Or you can take this way. Karmana eva. Samsiddhim means moksham gantum pravruttaha. That means by karma, they got antakarana shuddhi and they became eligible to gain the moksha by jnana. So that samsiddhi is not moksha, but as referred in the Gita. So therefore, samsiddhi means, but samsiddhi word doesn't mean as moksha. So it means only either antakarana shuddhi or the eligibility to take to knowledge. So, but he takes the samsiddhi as moksha and says that by karma, Janaka etc. got the moksha, and therefore karma is the main means for moksha. Why do you try to condemn this karma? Elsewhere it seems that Smriti is there. Yathanam madhu sanyuktam madhuchannena sanyutam evam tapasya vidyacha sanyuktam bheshajam mahat. Just annam madhu sanyuktam. Madhu in honey. The anna, the food means rice, boiled rice, let us say, mixed with honey. Or the honey mixed with the boiled rice. How will it taste? Suppose, you can't go on drinking honey. Some solid stuff must be there. At the same time, solid stuff only you can't go on eating. Some sweet should be there. So like that, both mixture, how it is good? Like that, mixture of karma and vidya upasana can give moksha. That's what it says. In the same manner, evam tapasya vidyacha sanyuktam bheshajam mahat. In this manner, tapahacha vidya, karma, and vidya, the knowledge, both put together can bheshajam mahat means it can serve as a greatest remedy to cure this disease of samsara. That means karmas also have got a role to play in gaining the moksha, and you are karma samruta chinta etc. You are condemning the karma. How is it possible? Why are you so hostile towards me? This is the pura paksha. It's all because of misinterpretation of the words that are there. It is not so. As we have seen, what meaning of those is entirely different. Tapa here means actually the papa nasha. It is meant as papa nasha as the tapa, for which he gives the answer based on Sheta Shukra. By knowledge alone, the moksha can be gained. Karma is not capable of giving the moksha because karma itself is the product of avidya. That is the product of avidya cannot give the moksha. Jnana alone can give the moksha. Tameva viditva atimrutyumeti nanyah pantha vidyate. Tameva viditva, having got the knowledge of that Atma, Brahma alone, mrityum atteti. Vritti Rupa Samsara, one process of it. There is no other way to cross over the samsara or gain the